That becomes the new open. It smash cuts to us in suits walking out of a limousine. What if we did that? Like, what if we recreated the Evolution like entrance video, but it's just the three of us?
Which one of us is Ric Flair?
I think John's technically the oldest.
I was gonna say.
Can I
Yeah,
be?
So
kind of have to be me.
Can I be Mark Jindrak? Can you like edit me out of it?
Am I Randy Orton?
Yeah, you got some Randy Orton qualities to you. You're definitely shitting someone's duffel bag, I'm sure.
You bet. You bet.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to
Can't
Smart
stop
Avengers. My name is Corey, and with me is Dylan and John. I feel it's appropriate. If we're going to start an episode with the Smart Avengers, we should have like a fucking wrestling plug in there somewhere. Joining me, of course.
I don't know if that's a wrestling plug, but
yeah,
certainly a diss on me.
I'm comic book podcasting's Mark Jindrak, Corey, and with me is comic book podcasting's Randy Orton and Ric Flair, Dylan and John. How's it going, guys?
Really good. Whatever Randy Orton's catchphrase is.
I can't wait for John for you to have your fallout and you're just like drunk doing cameos in some like restaurant somewhere. Don't get married.
Oh, it's coming.
It's coming.
How do you guys know that John doesn't do that already?
That's true.
He's on cameo as like the guy from the Smart Avengers, and he's just like getting pissed and doing it. $20, man, to get a cameo from John.
I'll say bye-bye to any of your friends and loved ones for birthdays, holidays.
You still won't see his face.
Still won't see his face. It's just a black screen.
$20? It's gonna cost you like thousands of pounds to see that face. So
All Elite Scooby-Doo. Oh,
That'll be worth it though.
I still can't believe someone spent $500.
yeah, but you'll wear you'll wear the Dr. Doom mask, so nobody will know it's you.
There you go.
Be clever. £8,000.
I almost forgot we were doing a show there for a moment. Anyway, yeah.
We have to.
I think we have to, technically. It's what we're here for. Well, so we decided a while ago that well, actually it wasn't something we decided. It was more of a kind of a request from Dylan. In the past, we've had episodes where we got together and decided that we could do something that the comic book world could not do long term, and that was kill off a character permanently. So we started with the Flash, and well, actually, we did Aquaman, we did the Flash, we did Magneto, we did Wolverine, and Dylan, you're hankering for a little bit of murder right now. Got the bloodlust,
As I often am.
As
I often am. You guys know this about me. I'm a convicted felon. I just love killing.
Yep, there you go. Yeah, so we were kind of trying to figure out who we were going to put up on the chopping block this time around. And yeah, I feel like, I don't want to say that the well ran dry, but there's a lot of characters that are like, they'd be kind of easy if you thought too much about it, or they might be impossible if you thought too much about it. So we thought we would let other comic book pros in the industry do it for us. And so today I have found from mojo.com, the leading experts in needless lists of pop culture bullshit, a top 10 most violent Marvel characters and top 10 most violent DC characters. And I figured we would kind of just go through their list to see if we agree or disagree, and then from these 20 names, pick out who we're going to murder in our next episode.
Seems legitimate to me.
So I have two lists here in front of me. I have a top 10 Marvel and top 10 DC. Do you guys have a preference as to who we start with?
I think we should start with DC first because I don't know about DC.
Okay. You took a whole trivia game on that, but all right.
And how did that work out for me?
You only were like 5 points behind. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't a blowout.
I was behind?
Yeah. Anyway.
I didn't win?
So again, these are from mojo.com or watchmojo.com. Like I said, these guys do nothing but pop culture lists and whatnot. So they're the experts when it comes to this. So we'll see if we agree or disagree. So number 10, are either of you familiar with the character Katana?
Yes.
John, where are you familiar with Katana from?
Well, she was in
Combat?
the Suicide Squad movie.
Yes.
Oh.
She was in David Ayer's Suicide Squad. So this is the
Yeah.
description you have for katana. Samurai swords are pretty scary at best of times, which with a ridiculously keen edge and enough weight to chop off limbs if used correctly. But a magic samurai sword that can cut through anything and steal the souls of its victims, now that's terrifying. The wielder of this blade is one of the most deadly heroes in the DC universe, a skilled swordsman who most notably served as a member of the Outsiders. Despite carrying a sword full of trapped souls on her hips, something that definitely says villain to us, she's been a staunch warrior for good and a frequent ally of Batman and other heroes. That is really funny. It says most known for the Outsiders because I feel like more people saw David Ayer's Suicide Squad than knew that the Outsiders was a comic book team.
Right. I feel like Nash and Hall are most known for being the Outsiders.
I would agree.
Mm-hmm.
I was about to say, can either of you name another member of the Outsiders?
It just did.
There you
Two.
go.
And you two, yeah, exactly.
The only two. Well, did Six count as a member of the Outsiders? I know he was.
No,
No.
he was in the NWO.
Yeah, he was not a member of the tag team.
Well, he was the sixth member of the NWO.
Who was this? He was the sixth member.
That's why he was six.
Because the fourth member, was that the Giant or DiBiase?
It's DiBiase.
So the fifth member was the Giant then.
Don't remember. I know the fourth one was DiBiase, but nobody talks about that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It was a bad choice.
Mm-hmm.
6 was the 1, 2, 3 kid. Like 1 + 2 + 3 is 6.
Yes, but like it also worked because he was the sixth member of the NWO, right?
Yeah. Now, who was the seventh member? It's at that point it didn't matter anymore.
Who did Dusty come in?
Dusty?
I was gonna say Eric Bischoff, but
yeah, you're right.
Dusty came in DiBiase because that's why they got rid of DiBiase because they had Dusty. Like we don't need.
I mean, they got rid of
DiBiase.
DiBiase. Well, because DiBiase turned face and aligned himself with the Steiners. Why are we talking about this?
DiBiase made sense because he could bankroll the NWO to get into the
yeah, but he wasn't
WCW.
working as a member because it was like, oh, he's just doing like the $1 Million Man thing, and it's not really working as well. So they're like, oh, we'll turn him babyface and have him manage the Steiner brothers.
Like, to me, it made sense to have him there because that explains why they're there.
Yeah, well, then, like you said,
TBS?
I think it's when they made the decision to just go ahead and put Eric Bischoff as an on-air character for the NWO.
Right. They don't
didn't
need money
it anymore. Yeah, because it's like, well, the guy who runs the place is, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Anyway.
All right, number 9 on the list, we have Green Arrow. Boxing glove arrows aside, a bow and arrow is an extremely difficult weapon to use if you're trying to keep your hands clean, but this emerald-clad hero is nothing if not dedicated. A respected crime fighter who served on almost every superhero team at DC, the Emerald Archer puts his bow to good use, dishing out justice to street crime and sticking up for the little guy. Though he usually puts up a jovial front, especially in the comics, he's been pushed to the breaking point more than most heroes, and usually responds by putting the more lethal kind of arrows in his quiver to good use.
I love the idea of somebody being really nice and jovial and fun and quippy, and also being a serial murderer.
So yeah, Green Arrow, I'm not opposed to the idea of him being on the list because he's straight up like Mike Grell's Longbow Hunters that became the Green Arrow series in the late 80s, early 90s was about like an older Green Arrow killing people essentially. And then he killed Prometheus in the Cry for Justice event, which led to the fall of Green Arrow. And Absolute Green Arrow is being teased as a guy as a mystery character who is killing off billionaires, which is also very in the spirit of Green Arrow. So I'm not opposed.
I'm already on the board.
Yeah. I was a little perturbed at first when they announced Absolute Green Arrow because I was excited, and then in a teaser for it, they revealed that Ollie was murdered by the Absolute Hawkman, and I was like, oh, okay, so it won't be Ollie. Then who the hell is it going to be? And they still haven't revealed it, but the premise is interesting enough. I'll probably check it out. Number 8, though, we have Damian Wayne, a.k.a. Robin. If we were raised by a secret group of ninja assassins, we'd have trouble keeping things nonviolent, too. The son of Bruce Wayne and Talia al Ghul is one of many young characters to have taken up the mantle of Robin. He is, however, the only Robin to be the grandson of one of Batman's greatest enemies. Given his background, it's not surprising that Batman had his hands full keeping his new sidekick from giving into his assassin training when fighting crime. As dangerous as he is to criminals, he can be just as daunting for his fellow crime fighters, who have often butted heads with a brash young warrior. In one of his first appearances, he absolutely decapitated a very low-level, like D-list villain with a sword. Just took his head right off.
Who was the villain?
I think he was called the Ghoul, and he was essentially just a guy in with a sheet over his head, like a cartoon ghost.
Well, fuck off.
Yeah, that was Grant. All right,
What, he created that guy?
I think he created him for the express purpose of getting killed off by Damien.
Okay, there wasn't like a legacy character that he's like, I'll bring him back and kill him.
I don't think he was.
Okay.
That's the problem.
I'll accept that.
As we've seen in the Wonder Woman and Aquaman villains, there's sometimes a really deep pool of weirdo characters to pull from.
If you told me that in the 60s there was a character in Batman who was just a guy with a sheet over his head, called himself the Ghoul, I would have been like, yep, all right.
Checks out.
Yep. Fair enough.
All right, number 7, we have Hawk. While not the most well-known crime-fighting duo on the block, the team of Hawk and Dove are practically DC mainstays. While there have been a few different iterations, the basic premise remains the same. The pacifistic and level-headed Dove seeks to fight crime with minimal violence, while their more hot-tempered and warlike counterpart practically revels in it. It's your basic odd couple situation with a superhero angle. Especially when his peaceful protege isn't around to rein him in, Hawk is a violent and brutal crime fighter who frequently leaves his foes in traction or worse.
I prefer this team with Animal.
This is going to be the most wrestling-related one we have.
I'm surprised we've done that with a lot of jokes so far.
Yeah. All right, number 6, Lobo. A hard-drinking, hard-fighting, trash-talking space biker. This fan-favorite anti-hero doesn't mess around. The character was actually created as a parody intended to lampoon gritty and ultra-tough characters like Wolverine, but became popular enough to stick around despite being intended as a joke. In addition to incredible levels of strength and endurance, he can also regenerate his entire body in seconds, making him functionally immortal. We really only need to bring up one example of his violent tendencies, and that's the fact that the main man is the last survivor of his race because he killed every other member of his species. Are we sure he qualifies as a hero, though?
I want to say 2 things about that.
Okay.
Real quick. One is I've already forgotten what the one was.
Okay.
The second one, I thought that like whenever you told me this gimmick was gonna be like DC and Marvel things, I for sure was like Lobo's gonna be on that list, right?
Yep.
I think the second thing I was gonna say was that I'm surprised Lobo is so low on this list.
Yeah, especially some of these names
6,
coming up.
I thought he was way higher than 6. The other thing I was gonna say was I thought that we would be killing Lobo next week.
Is that your pick?
Oh God, I hope not.
Oh, okay.
I just going into this blind, I thought even like I don't know what the Marvel one is, just from the DC side, I thought Lobo would be pretty high on the list of who would we end up killing.
Okay.
So, and the fact you said that he can regenerate in seconds, I'm like, okay. Can he regenerate from syphilis?
I feel like the main man has definitely had syphilis once or twice. It seems in his wheelhouse.
But has he had space syphilis?
He's from space. If he was gonna have anything, he wouldn't have Earth syphilis. We'll get into that later.
So he might.
We'll get into that.
But that's
later.
what I'm saying. He might not be used to Earth syphilis. It's a different syphilis, Corey.
So this is
it's
basically
different syphilis.
You're pitching the end of the War of the Worlds, but with a sexually transmitted disease instead of the common cold. Is essentially what you've pitched, and I'm fine with that.
Sure.
I'm happy with that.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
We'll save that for next week.
We'll save that for next week. We still have 15 other names to get through. Number 5, we have Roy Harper. The former sidekick of Green Arrow has had a pretty rough life. After the Teen Titans disbanded, the former Speedy struggled with a drug addiction, a battle that has become to define his life as a hero. Since kicking his addiction, he's gone by both Arsenal and Red Arrow, and continues to use a bow and arrow as his primary weapon. Like his former mentor, his skill at archery is almost peerless, and his variety of trick arrows makes him a powerful opponent for any supervillain. His dark past continues to haunt him, though, making him a potentially more dangerous opponent than many of his superheroic peers. So, what separates arsenal from Green Arrow is that basically Roy Harper kind of has a bullseye quality to him where he can pretty much use any weapon. It just so happens that bow and arrow is his favorite.
Has this guy killed more people than Lobo?
That's the problem with this list I'm having. If we're going by body count alone, Lobo needs to be on top of the list. He killed his entire species.
Right. Like, I feel like he's way
Arsenal,
ahead.
I feel like Arsenal's only killed like a couple of terrorists and drug dealers. I don't think he's ever like, yeah. I don't.
I mean, that's just like us. Like, that's fine. That's okay.
Yeah.
We've
All right.
We've done that.
Number 4, Magog. Few heroes embody the image of the violent, no-holds-barred superhero better than this one. In the Kingdom Come Elseworld story, the familiar heroes of the DC Universe have been replaced by a new and more violent generation of crime fighters. Chief among them is the Horned Hero, who murdered the Joker after the Clown Prince of Crime killed many of the Daily Planet staff, including Lois Lane. He later appeared in the mainline DC Universe, the chosen champion of a demigod with sinister motives. Armed with superhuman strength and endurance, as well as a staff able to manipulate energy, his no-nonsense attitude and military training makes him an extremely dangerous hero. So yeah, Magog was kind of, I don't want to say he was the big bad of Kingdom Come, but he was definitely like the standard of like everything that Superman was against. Kingdom Come is basically like Alex Ross's statement of the night, like his opinion of 90s comics is sort of criticizing the young, edgy, violent, grimdark era by having them contrast with the older, more standard superheroes.
Okay.
So there's that. Number 3, Azrael. When Batman was left paralyzed after a brutal encounter with the supervillain Bane, the Dark Knight left his this hero as his replacement. Raised by a religious order called the Order of Saint Dumas, the angelically named hero was trained as a deadly agent of divine justice. Bruce's choice and replacement turned out to be a mistake, as his understudy grew increasingly violent and merciless. He even overhauled Batman's costume, adding a variety of blades, claws, and projectile weapons, similar to the equipment he used in his previous identity. Things reached a breaking point when he allowed the serial killer Abattoir to die, prompting Bruce to return to take back the cowl. I'd say Azrael's fair on this. I mean, the guy is a religious zealot assassin who's more often than not fallen sway under brainwashing.
I don't want to get all like morality or whatever, but like if you kill a guy whose name was Abattoir,
To be
probably
fair,
okay.
he didn't kill him. He just didn't save him.
Right. So we didn't kill him. And this guy he had the name Abattoir, which would suggest that he killed a lot of people himself in quite inhumane circumstances.
So,
I feel like, I don't know if that's a crime.
well, so the thing about it that made it a problem, right? So Abattoir was a serial killer who was obsessed with killing off members of his own family. And he had kidnapped, I believe, like a relative and had hidden them away, and they were going to slowly suffocate to death. And Azrael let Abattoir die before it was revealed where this person was. So essentially, Azrael not only let this guy fall to his death, he also condemned this innocent person to death. And that's what the big issue was with Abattoir's death. Not so much that he let the serial killer die, so much as like, hey, because you were more concerned with watching this guy get punished, an innocent person also died in the process. And we have no way of knowing.
But also before that, a lot of other innocent people died, and he got away scot-free. So
Yeah.
in that, if you think that way,
yeah. I'm just explaining what the emotional stake was in that story.
didn't we talk about Nightwing with this?
Yes, yeah, we did.
That was in the
Nightfall 2-parter.
Bane? Yes, the Bane thing.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It was in our Nightfall.
I remember this because he had all the armor and he had to take it all off to get through that little passage.
Mm-hmm.
See, I remember.
There you go.
All the people in the comments that say I don't remember, I remember. Also, if you haven't written down in the comments, you should go back into the old episodes and write in the comics that I don't remember things, and then you'll get to this one, and then you find out that I do remember things, and then you can write, oh, you did remember, and then that would be really good for the algorithm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
We're already fucking over the algorithm by not saying unalive, so we're fine.
Yeah, everybody dies.
Everybody dies. Everybody gets murdered. Everybody commits suicide. All that other stuff. Anyway, number 2, Jason Todd. And speaking of overly violent Bat allies, this former Robin stepped into the role of Boy Wonder after Dick Grayson struck out on his own. But unlike his good-natured predecessor, the second Robin proved more reckless and violent. But before Batman could curb these tendencies, his second sidekick was killed by the Joker. After returning from the dead years later, he donned the identity of the Red Hood, a violent vigilante dedicated to dispatching the villains that Batman refused to kill. So, there you go. Red Hood nowadays, though, is more of like non-lethal kind of guy. I think they just announced a new Teen Titans book, and he's like the mentor leader of the Teen Titans.
What number are we at?
This is number 2, so number 1 is up next.
Okay, I'm gonna say something, but I'm gonna wait till we hear number 1 first.
Okay, and number 1, I don't agree. Watch Mojo. I'm not a fan of you guys. Number 1.
Fuck you.
Number 1, Rorschach. Alan Moore's seminal, right? Number 1, Alan Moore's seminal Watchmen violently reinvented the superhero for the modern era, stripping away the glamour and myth-making of most superhero comics in favor of cold, hard reality. Perhaps the poster child for this ethos, this unhinged crime fighter comes across more like a serial killer than a hero, a cold and calculating boogeyman literally stained with the blood of his foes. His skill for inflicting creative violence has left numerous criminals and would-be supervillains dead or injured, and his violent war on crime even continued when he was arrested and incarcerated. He's so scary that he even gives pause to the likes of the Comedian, a similar violent hero from the Watchmen universe. So that was the WatchMojo.com top 10 most violent DC characters. I would not count Rorschach as a DC character. He's clearly Vertigo.
Well,
Nope.
I have a couple of things to say about that. Number 1 is fuck Watch Mojo because Jesus Christ. Second of all, even if you read that book, right? If you read Watchmen, we can all agree that Rorschach is not the guy that kills the most people.
Not even the guy who kills the most people in that book.
Correct.
Let alone this list.
He's not the guy that kills the most people in that book.
He's a smelly, weird man. That's all he is.
Yeah, he's just a weird dude.
He's a smelly, weird man.
But the third thing what's the name of the guy that
Are you referring to Dr. Manhattan or Ozymandias?
Ozymandias.
Yeah.
He might be interesting. We might put him in the back burner.
Are we gonna kill Ozymandias? Because he's just a dude.
Well, my third point was going to be, out of all of the guys we've said on this list, right? How many of these people could we just kill by shooting them in the head? And I feel like the answer is all of them except Lobo.
Maybe Magog.
Yeah.
Maybe Magog, because he's powered by a god as well. He's not just a dude. He's got god powers. But yes.
Well,
a lot of normal fucking people on this list, right?
Right. Let's say, because if the goal is to find who we're going to kill next week, we'll just kill loads of people now and clear the field and say we've got Lobo and that Magog guy.
Yeah.
And those are our 2 possible candidates for next week. Everybody else is a fucking idiot. Yeah?
Yeah. I think Hawk might give you more trouble because I think he also has a level of superhero powers, but Katana has a magic sword, but a regular person. Green Arrow and Arsenal and Damian Wayne and Jason Todd are just standard crime fighters, no powers there. But yeah, Hawk has powers. Lobo's an alien who can regenerate his body. Azrael's just a dude. Rorschach just a dude. So yeah, the only powered characters are Lobo, Hawk, and Magog. And Hawk has been killed before.
So let's factor that in. If we're gonna kill somebody, think about the people that would be hard to kill.
Yeah.
It's not easy enough to say we'll just shoot them in the head.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Factor that in.
So that being said, I think that list was rubbish.
I think it was bullshit.
That was just
You watch Mojo.
It makes like DC look like a bunch of punks, really. It's like, oh yeah, these are our deadliest characters, just a bunch of humans who like use weapons. Like even like fuck, I mean the Wonder Woman list we put together, we could name like a dozen characters that would be better off on that. Like, you know, Ares, the god of war, literally the god of war.
Well, to be fair, I think this list is picking specifically from hero characters rather than, including villains as well.
I guess so, but still, there's better choices. I mean, goddamn, Captain Atom is literally like a living nuclear reaction. Firestorm can change you on a molecular level.
I thought somebody like Parallax or whatever would be up there because they kill a lot of people.
Yeah, if we're gonna go with the Hal Jordan, I mean, he killed the entire Green Lantern Corps.
Yeah, and who hasn't these days?
Yeah, there's
so easy.
A lot of them.
Oh, to kill all of them.
When I saw Lobo wasn't even in the top 5, I was like, all right, this is a bunch of bullshit. And then I saw Rorschach was number 1, and I'm like, oh, the smelly man from Watchmen. Okay.
Why did we go with like heroes that kill people?
I mean, that's what this list was. These were heroes technically.
So, can we really like emphatically say that Watch Mojo is bullshit?
Well, we can say that because we also have the WatchMojo.com top 10 most violent Marvel characters to read through.
They're very clearly saying characters. They're saying they're not saying heroes or villains. They're saying characters.
Yeah, but so Dylan, you might find a little more inspiration on this list.
Okay.
Number 10, Ghost Rider. Being the spirit of vengeance, this fiery hero doesn't pull his punches in the slightest. Though the mantle has been held by various characters, they all have the power to channel the fires of hell itself, imbuing objects like chains with red-hot fury. So it's a safe bet that the demons, criminals, and other nasty customers he deals with won't be getting much in the way of due process. But even more terrifying is the penance stare, a power held by the various riders that causes evildoers to feel all of the pain they inflicted upon others, which leaves them catatonic from the massive physical and psychic trauma. I will tell you this. There is a whole series of posts on like Marvel Reddit about how the penance stare has essentially become completely pointless. Because if you want to show that a villain is like a big bad serious threat, have Ghost Rider try to use the penance stare on them and it not work because they have no empathy for the people they've hurt. Like, I think he tried it on Carnage, didn't work. I think he tried it on Punisher, didn't work. It's like, what? Some great
Punisher
weapon.
isn't really. Okay, you know what's funny is whenever we were thinking about this episode before any of this shit happened, in my head I was like, the Ghost Rider's probably up there. Like, who's a good character to try to kill? A fucking ghost that drives a motorbike? Yeah, that's a pretty good, like, edgy character to kill. Yeah. You know? So that was, like, Ghost Rider was one of the ones I came up with, like, straight away. That's an edgy fucking 90s character. Probably, what did he come in? The 80s? But you know what I mean? Like, that kind
70s.
Of era.
Yeah, Ghost Rider 70s.
Yeah, way earlier.
Yeah. My favorite Ghost Riders was the 91. I like Dave Patch more than Johnny.
What do people like? Ghosts and motorbikes.
Yep. Evil Knievel.
He's not technically a ghost, though.
He's something. What the fuck is he? A spirit? Some kind of demon?
Like,
he is
possessed by a demon, yeah.
He's called Ghost Rider!
He's called the spirit
It's
of
false
vengeance.
advertising.
That's how Mephisto really gets you. It's the false advertising.
Do you think Spirit Rider sounds too, like...
Spirit Rider sounds like a cigarette brand for, like, hipsters.
Spirit Rider sounds like one of the My Little Ponies.
Oh, okay.
I feel Applejack, it's flip-flop. Oh, it's Spirit Rider. You know what I mean? It's not... You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Speaking of a character that might fit along... well, it doesn't. It seems like a complete 180 from Ghost Rider. We have number 9, Namor. You'd think that spending all your time underwater would be pretty relaxing, but Marvel's ruler of Atlantis probably never relaxed a day in his life. One of the oldest characters still appearing in Marvel Comics, the Submariner is known far and wide for his violent temperament and tendency to fly off the handle. It's gotten so bad that he's been considered a villain as much as a hero. He frequently traded blows with other Marvel heroes, be it over mankind's abuse of the world's oceans or his serious interest in Sue Storm of the Fantastic Four. But let's just say he's the kind of guy who always finds something to be mad about.
Does he kill more than Ghost Rider? Sorry, Spirit Rider?
Well,
I mean, in the grand scale of things, he's definitely...
flood...
Yeah, he flooded Wakanda.
I was going to say, didn't he flood Wakanda? And I'm guessing lots of people died in that.
Yeah, I mean, he and Black Panther
could all
certainly have no
swim.
love lost.
They could swim.
In college, I had a friend who Namor was her favorite comic book character, and I thought that was wild for some reason. I was like, really?
That's wild to me because I've never heard that.
I've never known anyone
No.
that was like, Namor the Submariner is my favorite character. I love Prince Namor.
Are you gonna shame them by saying their name on the podcast?
No.
We can redact it. We can redact it. We'll put a blank thing over their face.
That was Layla. Take that, Layla.
Redact that.
Yeah, we're redacting that. Anyway,
Yeah.
number 8, Blade. Killing vampires can often be dirty work, and nobody knows that better than the seasoned vampire hunter. A half-vampire himself, he has all the powers of his blood-sucking prey, but none of their weaknesses. This makes him especially well-equipped to battle the creatures of the night, and his arsenal of vampire-killing guns, sword, and tricked-out motorbike won't hurt either. It's no wonder that he was the star of some of the earliest R-rated superhero movies, which took full advantage of the character's tendency to coat virtually every surface he gets near with a layer or two of blood, like the world's most morbid interior decorator.
Okay.
Yeah, Blade
Blade?
fits the bill.
Yeah, we can kill Blade. That's not a bad shout.
Yeah, he's a vampire with none of the weaknesses of a vampire. It's got some difficulty there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if you chop his head off?
I mean, that was the traditional way that you killed a vampire: is you cut their head off and stuff garlic in their mouth.
Well, just cut his head off anyway. Because he doesn't have the garlic weakness, so we just cut his head off.
Yeah, but it just smells better.
It's seasoning. It makes it taste better.
Add a little pesto, a little bit of feta.
A little bit of rosemary.
Ooh.
Delicious.
John, this might make you happy to hear. Number 7, Daredevil. Hell's Kitchen didn't get its name for being an especially happy and welcoming place, so the superhero dedicated to keeping it safe isn't one to play nice. Blinded by toxic chemicals, but also granted enhanced senses, the future guardian of Hell's Kitchen was also trained by a blind ninja master into a brutally efficient hand-to-hand fighter. Throw in a pair of billy clubs and a powerful right hook inherited from his prize-fighting father, and you've got a hero who usually leaves the criminals he encounters with more than just bruises. Of course, he has also been on the receiving end of a few bad hits himself. That last line, I don't know why they bothered to put that in there.
He's killed loads of people, but sometimes he gets punched in the head.
He gets his ass whipped too. And this guy is 7th on the list.
Are we gonna agree that Daredevil is more of a killer than
Namor flooded
just
a sovereign nation.
Find loads of people? Yeah. I'm gonna say that Daredevil, he's looking after Hell's Kitchen.
He's looking after one neighborhood in New York.
Daredevil, who like punches people and like throws his billy club and shit. He's a deadlier, more like fucking villain
than a
of
vampire
a character
hunter.
than the fucking Spirit Rider.
Yeah, the spirit of vengeance, the prince of a country that went to war with another, and a vampire hunter versus.
What do we call what's Daredevil's nickname?
Hornhead?
Man without
The
fear.
man without fear.
Oh,
right. And the other guy's called the fucking what was the Spirit of Vengeance? Who sounds more like he's gonna fucking kill you?
the man without fear. The man without fear sounds like something you call a circus performer. The spirit of vengeance.
Evil
sounds
Knievel.
Like, yeah, the spirit of vengeance sounds like someone who's gonna fuck you up.
The Spirit of Vengeance sounds like the fucking Zodiac killer.
All right, number 6, Moon Knight. This soldier of fortune turned crime fighter is often derided as Marvel's Batman knockoff, but most criminals would rather face the Caped Crusader if they had a choice. After being left for dead and later resurrected by the Egyptian god Khonshu, he began a one-man war on crime that became more and more brutal as his grip on reality began to slip. He even eventually carved off the face of his arch-nemesis, the mercenary Raoul Bushman. While his all-white uniform isn't entirely practical for crime fighting, his arsenal of crescent-themed weaponry and considerable fighting skills make him a dangerous opponent for any criminal unlucky enough to run into him. I'm fine with Moon Knight being on the list, because fucking Taskmaster is on panel going, yeah, I don't fuck with Moon Knight if I don't have to. Guy's crazy.
You know what? Honestly, like, I know Moon Knight's got a pretty big, like, wealth of body bags behind him, so I'm like, well, that's fair enough. Like, I could buy Moon Knight more than some of the other guys on that list. Like, more than fucking Daredevil.
Yeah.
right? I don't think any of us would have said Daredevil for sure. Moon Knight, I think, has a shot.
I would not have included Daredevil on the most deadliest characters for sure. Because it doesn't seem like Matt
Insane.
Murdock's go-to is to kill someone. The guy's a lawyer.
Yeah, whoa, before, what number are we at now?
That was number 6.
Okay, here's the game, boys. Deadliest Marvel guys. What do we think of Wolverine? Number 1?
I mean, I'm looking at the list. I think
He's got to
John
be
probably
pretty
looked
high
at
up
it too.
there.
John, did you look at this list?
Yep.
Right. Okay. I haven't looked at it.
Okay.
I wish we hadn't looked at it. This would have been a much easier game if we hadn't looked at it. I'm gonna say, well, first of all, Wolverine's on the list. He has to be. We're talking about, like, there's no way somebody
Dylan,
at MojoList.com.
Dylan, you pick your top 5, and we'll see if it links up. It doesn't have to be in the right order. Just 5 characters.
Well, first of all, I'm saying that nobody at MojoPlays.com is saying that Wolverine is not as deadly as Daredevil. So Wolverine's on the list, right? Wolverine's definitely on the list, 100%. Not even thinking about it. I assume we're going by heroes because all these guys seem to be heroes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all superheroes.
It's like, otherwise, fucking Magneto and Sabretooth and shit would have been on this list easy, right? But we're going by heroes. So we're saying Wolverine's got to be on the list. I'm going to say Deadpool's on the list because how the fuck couldn't he be on the list? From a personal standpoint, want to say Domino is on the list because she's also an assassin, but I don't think Mojo Plays are smart enough to do that. Cable has killed a shit ton of people, so I feel like he should be on the list. What do we allow? But 2 more people? 3 more people?
Yeah.
2 more?
So you said Wolverine, you said Deadpool, and you said who? Cable. So that's 3. 2 more.
Well, hang on. What I'm gonna do is,
Okay.
right? I'm gonna pick those 3 people who I think legitimately, right? If we're talking about the deadliest people in Marvel history, like hero wise,
Yeah.
I don't think anybody could really quibble with me to say that Cable, Deadpool, and Wolverine in that order have killed the most people.
Yeah.
Right. I think that is a legitimate shout.
Cable has time travel on his side as well. Like Cable has had way more time.
But
to
we
kill
don't
way
know.
More people.
We don't know the people he has killed.
No, because
we know the people that Deadpool has killed. Exactly. We know the people that Deadpool has killed. We know the people that Wolverine has killed. We know that for a fact. So I would say Cable, Deadpool, Wolverine should be the top 3.
Okay.
I mean, if it was like a real list, like Bullseye and Sabretooth would be on that list, but
Yeah, but
obviously they're not because
even though
like fucking,
they're on the villain list that they did.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would say this doesn't specifically say heroes. It just said characters. I want to point that out as well.
It did. Right. It did say characters, which is bananas to me.
Get fucked, Watch Mojo.
So
It does say heroes on my list.
Which heroes?
In the
okay,
header
Marvel
of this
superheroes.
is
Got it.
10 most violent Marvel superheroes.
Still go
Corey,
fuck
you gotta
yourself,
let him
Watch Mojo.
read. Corey.
I stand by my statement. It's a weird hill to die on, but by God, I'm dying on it.
So what I'm going to say is I'm going to pick those 3, and if 0 of those 3 are on this list, in fact, if like 1 of those 3 isn't on this list, I'm going to say this is a total bullshit list.
I think you're probably going to be safe. I mean, it feels safe.
I think if you're going to say that Daredevil has killed more people than Deadpool, then we're in a bad place. So let's see what the last 5 are.
Okay. Well, number 5, Venom. Did you expect the alien goop monster to be friendly? The jet black symbiote has had a number of hosts over the years, and they've had varying levels of success at reining in the creature's homicidal tendencies and steering it toward the path of good. Even its most iconic wearer, Eddie Brock, has had a hard time keeping his alien partner from chowing down on the occasional human. Other bearers of the symbiote, like the Scorpion, fully indulged it, giving into and even encouraging the entity's darker urges. Even with hosts like Flash Thompson,
Corey,
who arguably had the
Corey,
most...
give him his full title.
Call back, thank you. Well, they didn't say his short name. They gave him his villain name. But
well, we can say his full name.
Scorpion, a.k.a. MacDonald Gargan. Thank you. Even with hosts like Flash Thompson, who arguably had the most heroic tour of duty as Venom, the symbiote's desire for violent bloodshed is always lurking under the surface. Any
It's
arguments
not
about
wrong.
Venom being in the top 5?
Not really.
No.
No,
I think
I think
it's fair.
he fits.
Number 4, the Hulk. If any comic book
Okay.
hero in Marvel embodies mindless rage and violence, it's this one. Normally a mild-mannered scientist, any emotional outburst will cause the otherwise unassuming Bruce Banner to transform into a nearly unstoppable force of destruction that only gets bigger and stronger the angrier he gets. While his incredible strength has often been used for good, his rampages once got so out of hand that a secret cabal of heroes launched him into space, exiling the Jade Giant from Earth. Given the number of incredibly powerful beings wandering around the planet, the fact that poor Bruce got shown the door should tell you a lot.
Yeah, that's fair enough. We haven't killed the Hulk yet.
We have not killed the Hulk yet. Clint Barton did it for us,
Interesting.
though.
Well, done. Problem solved.
Problem solved. Gamma Arrow,
Give him
or
the head.
whatever the fuck it was.
Mm-hmm.
All right, number 3, Deadpool. The only thing the merc with a mouth is better at than taking punishment is dealing it out. Seemingly Marvel's answer to Bugs Bunny, this gun for hire has a healing factor that lets him regenerate from any injury, and a mind so cracked that it's almost impossible to predict his next move. With a seemingly bottomless bag of tricks up his sleeve, he's a master at finding new and inventive ways to brutally dispatch his fellow man, even when it comes to fellow superheroes and villains. In one alternative universe, I see that they proofread as well as I do on my own work. He killed the entire Marvel's universe before moving on to murdering classic works of literature.
Even he. Watch Mojo. You guys are on a list.
So Deadpool is in the top 3. Are you okay with that?
Yes.
Okay.
100%.
Number 2, Wolverine. You'd be hard-pressed to sum up this classic character better than with the classic catchphrase, "I'm the best there is at what I do, and what I do isn't very nice." A veteran of numerous wars and one of the most feared individuals in the Marvel Universe, very few characters can claim a scarier rep than this one. Thanks to his unbreakable skeleton and razor-sharp claws, this longtime X-Man is almost unstoppable once he gets going, and his berserker rages have left a nearly uncountable number of people deader than disco. He's had to endure several lifetimes trying to control his violent instincts and still struggles to contain that side of himself. So Dylan, that being said, number 2. So your top 3 that you had, you said Deadpool, Wolverine, and Cable. Do you think Cable is number 1?
I said Cable, Deadpool, and Wolverine in that order.
That's what I'm saying, but those were your 3, and of the top 3, 2 of them are in your selection. Does that mean that you like Cable's odds of being number 1?
No, because I feel like Wolverine's clearly the deadliest person in Marvel Comics, right?
Who do you think could be deadlier?
Except for one guy.
Is that one guy Cable?
Would you like to know the answer? Or would you like to...
I feel like... Who the fuck else is deadlier than Wolverine?
All right, Dylan, number
Magneto?
1. Dylan, number 1, The Punisher.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
There are Marvel heroes bigger, stronger, and physically deadlier, but none of them will get a criminal running for the hills faster than Frank Castle. After his wife and children were killed in the crossfire of a mob shootout, something inside this former U.S. Marine snapped, transforming him into a dyed-in-the-wool vigilante who's been cutting a swath of carnage through the underworld ever since. Armed with a seemingly endless array of weapons and a much more cunning strategic mind than you might think, he's every criminal's worst nightmare, a man with nothing to lose and absolutely no reason to hold back when it comes to punishing the guilty. So, that was Watch Mojo's top 10 deadliest Marvel characters. Any thoughts on that?
I mean, I would say that Cable is more deadly than Daredevil.
I think lots of people are more deadly than Daredevil.
I was about to say, John,
I don't think that's crazy.
I was about to say, John, as a Daredevil fan, how'd that make you feel?
I mean, it's ridiculous. I don't think
it's mental.
Maybe like killed like 1 or 2 people by accident. But like in terms of violence or deadliness, he's just a regular guy who gets into scraps a lot, but then so does every other Marvel superhero as well. So,
Right. But what I think is crazy is that like it wasn't like number 10
mm,
or 7. They were like, no, there's loads of people that he's killed more than.
Yeah.
He's deadlier than fucking Spirit Rider. Like, I mean,
You really hope
are
the
you
Spirit
sure?
Rider catches on, don't you?
It's gonna catch on, Corey.
That's the merch. Put it on
That's
a
the
t-shirt.
title of the show.
Spirit Rider?
Yeah.
Put it on a t-shirt.
Spirit Rider's gonna catch on, you know? And it's like Spirit Rider with like the body of Baby Juggernaut.
There you go. So it's a baby with a flaming skull?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yep.
I will say this. I think whoever put these lists together had a better grasp of Marvel Comics than DC for fucking sure. Considering, like I said, considering the power set of a lot of DC characters, you're telling me that like 5 out of the 10, or even like not even 5, like 7 out of the 10 were just like regular people with a weapon.
Dudes.
Yeah, just a guy.
Yeah.
Azrael's a guy with
Mhm.
with armor. I think they revealed he had some like enhanced genetics from experimentation, but it wasn't like full on superhuman level. He was just faster and stronger than he should have been. Like Jason Todd is just a Robin. Damian is a Robin that was trained as an assassin. Green Arrow is a guy who taught himself how to use a bow and arrow on an island. Speedy or Arsenal or Roy Harper or Red Arrow, whatever name he's going by a particular day, was taught by the guy who taught himself how to shoot a bow and arrow on an island. Like, it was just regular dudes with weapons at that point over in the DC list. And like Marvel is like, oh yeah, here's the prince of a sovereign nation, the spirit of vengeance, a vampire hunter, a mutant with an unbreakable skeleton, a guy with a regeneration factor, an alien symbiote, a rage monster that only gets stronger the more mad he gets, and then a guy with a weapon.
But it also happens that the guy with the weapon ended up killing a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say he killed more than like I said, if we're looking at again just the composition of these lists? How do you put Frank Castle at number 1 when you've got like Deadpool and Wolverine at 2 and 3? Like
I think
people like Frank Castle, but
I think if you look at like Wolverine and like he was in World War II, he's existed for like a long time. Like that guy has killed so many people. Like it's not even like funny. We know he's killed people. We've seen Old Man Logan. He's killed people now and back in the day and in the future. Like Wolverine is number 1. We know how I feel about Wolverine, but the fact is, Wolverine's number 1 when it comes to killing people.
I don't know. I put Deadpool at 1 over Wolverine just for the simple fact that Deadpool's more likely to have like higher body counts in his escapades. Wolverine to this day,
I don't know. I would say
I feel like Wolverine more often than not will show restraint in modern day, whereas Deadpool doesn't really have that same desire for the most part.
Well, I disagree. I think that these days people have been more eager to show Deadpool as a hero or anti-hero than a pure assassin, and I feel like he's trying to be less of a straight-up killer. So I think that as Deadpool has gone on, he's become a bit softer. Whereas Wolverine, because he has to play with the rules of the X-Men, is always, trying to show that restraint, but also has a killer instinct in him. Don, I think you're going to have to split this vote. What do you think?
I mean, I think Wolverine should be number 1.
Right.
Like you say, like the longevity factor, the fact he's been around for over 100 years, fought in multiple, world wars, was an assassin for the Weapon X program. Like, he has racked up a pretty big body count. And even during his, time with the X-Men, he's still gone and killed loads of people as well.
A lot of people.
So, I think, in terms of
body count,
he's definitely number 1.
100%. I feel like Deadpool is his whole deal is he's a mercenary. But Wolverine's been a mercenary since before Deadpool was alive.
Mm.
Like they're both in Weapon X, but
Yeah.
like Wolverine was in Weapon X way before that. That's just. I feel like Wolverine's the big bad in this list. We've already killed him.
Yeah.
Kill him again.
So if we
Or
can't do Wolverine, does that mean we're doing would we do Daredevil or not Daredevil? We'll do Daredevil. No, would we do Deadpool?
And we do Daredevil.
I don't feel like John would like it very much if we try to kill Daredevil.
I think John would love to be married to Daredevil.
I think the problem would be if we tried to kill Daredevil, it would go the same way that the Magneto episode went, where every suggestion we had, we were wrong.
Maybe.
Well,
what do we think? Because I feel like Lobo is the most logical guy from the DC list.
And topical because the Supergirl movie is coming out later this year, and Jason Momoa playing Lobo is going to be. I think it's going to be a breakout character. He's got a solo. He's got a solo comic coming out soon right now as well. It's his time.
What about this? Right. So what if we do Lobo next week? Because we can do like Deadpool anytime.
Yeah.
Hmm.
We can just kill Lobo, and like when we did the Flash, but like how many years ago was that we killed a DC character?
Yeah, we've definitely done we did 2 DC and then we did 2 Marvel. So we are due for another DC. And the DC list gave us nothing to work with because I mean fucking Rorschach hit him with a shoe, for God's sake. All right, so it sounds like that we have come to an agreement that next week our episode will be the Smart Avengers try to kill Lobo. So I guess I will be serving as judge as the DC Comics person and person most familiar with Lobo. Mm-hmm. I will tell you, good luck. Lobo's a tough nut to crack.
Okay, listen, I love nuts.
He has a crack that you can nut.
I know how to crack them. Just leave that there.
There you go. Yeah, no, like I said, you got the main man. That's a good time right there. Especially, I mean, gosh, I will say this: I am happy that Lobo is back in the world and getting some love and attention. He's a fun character. He's not as like over the top silly as like a Deadpool can be. Like sometimes people go too far with Deadpool, making him silly. It's kind of hard to do that with Lobo sometimes. But I mean, there's also those instances where he had the dog.
What's his dog called?
What is the dog called? I know he has a daughter named Crush. And there was a little kid version of him running around in the 2000s named Slowbro. Like the Pokemon. No, it's not.
Like the Pokemon?
By the way, I'm not. I was joking. That was not the kid. That was not the name.
Corey.
I know.
You could have just ended that.
It's not Slowbro. It's Slobo. SLOBO.
Oh, I like how you made it a Pokemon though. I appreciate that.
I thought you would pop for that.
Thank you for that. I do like that. Oh.
Lobo's dog is called. You got to be a little more specific because Lobo translates to dog. Oh, it's just dog. DAWG. That's like what I called you the other day.
Not unacceptable.
Unacceptable. Dog.
Unacceptable.
Wandering alien canine who took to following the bounty hunter Lobo around.
Alien canine.
Yep.
So aliens have dogs as well.
Yes.
Of course.
Cool. Good to know.
Yeah, no, that'll be a fun time. Speaking of fun times, some people like to watch movies for a fun time. Isn't that right, John?
Is it?
It's true, yes. So I hear, anyway.
So, John, how many movies have you watched so far in the year 2026?
I am now up to 203 movies so far for the year.
Oh,
jeez. For those watching at home, which should be all of you, unless you're listening to us on a commute somewhere. Yeah. This is the end of February that we are recording this, so John's already crossed the 200 movie mark.
Yeah.
So, John, what was your most recent one?
It was the movie Together with Dave Franco and Alison Brie.
That just came out
where
recently. Yeah, that just came out
yeah,
recently.
they fall in a magic cave and then their bodies start trying to join together, basically. But it was pretty good. A
Yeah.
good, solid body horror. There's a pretty funny Spice Girls needle drop in there as well.
I heard it.
Well,
I heard
it's not
that.
funny.
I heard that it was a better idea than it was a movie. That was a review that I saw of it. Like, oh, this seemed like a really fun idea, but I didn't care for the execution of it.
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily call it a fun movie, but I still quite enjoyed it.
There is a painful penis from vagina separation scene, I've been told.
We've all been
Yes.
We have all been there.
Mhm.
So, John, what did you give Together?
I gave it. What did I give it? Oh, 4 stars.
Oh,
What?
that's the highest you've
Yeah,
given one in a
apparently.
while on here.
Yeah, I liked it. Well, I mean, I've given quite a lot of 4 stars recently because I've been on a bit of a classic French cinema kick, and apparently I really like classic French cinema, which I didn't know until about a week ago.
Can I tell you, I'm
But
sorry that the episode that you chose to see together before you recorded this, because you could have sounded like really cool and really artsy by bringing up some like classic French movie. It was like, what's the last movie you saw, John? And you'd be like, ah, yes, it was The Cabin with a View of a Lake, the classic, French noir film. And instead you're like, oh yeah, there's a body horror movie where Dave Franco and yeah.
Yeah, Dave Franco. Can I really quick ask you a question? Because you said you're on 200 now, so we're recording this at the end of February, so that means you're roughly hitting 100 films a month ish. So that means what do you remember what number you ended last year at?
You broke 12.
Yeah, I ended on 1,225 movies
He's on
last
pace.
year.
You're on track. You're on track to hit that number again.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Especially-
possible. There's
Well, I
gonna
mean-
be like points this year where I'm on holiday and stuff where that's gonna impact things slightly, but
I mean,
we'll see how it
you
goes.
got through February, and that's the shortest month of the year.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Well done.
Whenever you're doing the films, do you count films you've already seen before?
Yeah. I mean, I try to avoid watching movies that I've already watched and reviewed on Letterboxd.
Yeah, but sometimes you just have to watch Freddy Got Fingered again.
Yeah, so it's been
Oh,
200.
exactly.
It's been 200 movies, but 175 of them has just been him rewatching Freddy Got Fingered.
Freddy Got Fingered. It's a great film.
Oh
What did you give Freddy Got Fingered on Letterboxd?
God, I have no idea.
It's got to be
Let's have a
5
look.
stars, right?
I'm gonna guess probably not 5 stars.
We've all seen that film,
He
right?
broke his own scale because it happened at the Tokyo Dome.
Apparently I gave it 2 stars.
Oh!
God, watch it again.
Make it 176.
Yeah.
Watch it again. There's a bit where he goes to the fancy restaurant dressed as a policeman and he's playing the violin. Come on. You know that's good. You know that's good.
Oh, so John, where can folks go to read your review of Freddy Got Fingered?
They can head to Letterboxd and find me at Big John Bowski, all one word.
All right. Dylan, how many times have you watched Freddy Got Fingered this year?
None, but I gotta watch it again, man. It's fucking awesome.
John's
Do you
bringing
remember
down...
the bit where he's in the cheese sandwich factory and he's got the salami and he's like, ding dong, Classic bit. I fucking love that film.
So
Is it weird that I would say Freddy Got Fingered is one of my top 10 films?
So Dylan,
John, how does that make you feel?
I mean, I don't think we can be friends anymore.
Well, that's the end of the podcast, folks.
Yep. So Dylan,
Guys.
when you're not watching Freddy Got Fingered, what are you up to?
Very little, because that's most of my day. But sometimes I will do a show on Monday nights at 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock on Monday nights, UK time, on bouncedigitalradio.co.uk. You can find the link in the description below. If you check that out, I don't know what the time is for American viewers, whatever, you can fact check that. But 9 o'clock at UK time on Monday nights, you can hear me play loads of cool rock music that you might like, and some music you've never heard before, but you might like as well. Other than that, I stream on Twitch sometimes, a Spooky LaRue, and I draw animations that I put up on YouTube and TikTok at Team Crows hyphen NI. I think we're on Facebook now too, so that's something cool if you like any of that shit. Check it out.
All right, there you
Also,
go.
watch Freddy Got Fingered. Classic film. 5 out of 5.
5 out of 5. So, aside from that, I can say that I have not watched Freddy Got Fingered this year so far, so I'll have to join Dylan in that. We're gonna have a watch along on the Smart Avengers Twitch channel, where Dylan and I are going to stream watching Freddy Got Fingered and get pulled off the air for copyright infringement within 5 to 10 minutes of starting it. So be sure you sign up for that in our Patreon that we also have.
MarkAvengers.com Patreon / Freddy Got Patreon.gov.
.ca. We put it from Canada, that way we avoid the copyright strike a little bit longer.
You gotta get around the copyright. So
yeah. Aside from that whole business there, I have my other show, Large Old Cup, Stream of Consciousness. My last episode that I just recorded earlier this week, or 3 or 4 weeks ago, if you're listening to this now, is about a weird night that I hung out with a homeless woman and smoked a bunch of cigarettes. So there you go. Anyway, we will see you guys next week, where the Smart Avengers try to kill Lobo. Until then, goodbye.
bye.
Bye bye.